Hello, guys. Welcome back to this day's podcast. We're going to discuss the last free agent, the last big free agent to decide on his decision. This is the Miami Heat franchise player this last, I guess, since 2003, Dwayne Wade. And we had KD and we had Pau Gasol that have made their decision, and now we have Dwayne Wade that is yet to sign or is only rumored to have any kind of negotiations with any kind of teams, especially with the Cavs. So, what do you know about it?
Um, well, there's only reports of him meeting up with LeBron and the GM of Cavs. I think so. There's just rumors, but I think they will meet. They're having, I think, preliminary contract talks, and I mean, it's clearly a great friendship that they have ever since. Well, even before Miami, right?
So, do you think, like, because of KD's decision to leave OKC now that they formed a super team in Golden State, do you think like that's like an incentive for Wade, like to say I'm going to leave the team that drafted me and the team that I've played with all this time, and just leave all that to play with my friend. You think that's a maybe, like I said, an incentive? What do you think about it? Is it enough for him to get out of Miami? Because um, like everyone knows, players on that level think about their legacy, and leaving their home, their
Mm-hmm.
franchise is a big deal. So, do you think it's enough?
Well, I guess it's what he wants. Like he can look at it in two ways. Does he maybe he feels like he's done enough for the Heat, and he can uh, he basically knows that he will not be contending for a title with the Heat for the rest of his career probably. And let's face it, they're not getting any big free agents anytime soon. And the team that one of his that has one of his best friends, LeBron, they got a bond going on, and he knows that he has a really good shot at getting a fourth title there, maybe even a fifth if they do get back together. And I mean, he's been looking healthy, so he can definitely be very useful to the Cavs. Um, uh, so I feel like he might leave, but I don't think he will join the Nuggets or the Bucks.
Yeah, there has been reports that the Denver Nuggets offered Dwayne Wade, I think, like
50
2 year,
million.
yeah, 2 year, 50 some million, which everyone knows would not happen. Just like KD won't go with Boston.
Yeah.
So, how do you think the Cavs are, trying to recruit Dwayne Wade? What LeBron's is saying to him right now?
Something like, you know, you want to win the titles, you wanna build on your legacy, join me, we'll do it together. They're like brothers, and watching them two play together is quite amazing.
I
And
don't think anybody will, go out and burn Dwayne Wade jerseys if he leaves.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think nobody's gonna
You
do
know,
that.
people are gonna be, I don't know, sad, salty, maybe, but
Not
he,
particularly. I mean, the Miami Heat fans, they showed some kind of maturity. When he left, everyone was like, "Yeah, thank you, King James. You came, gave us two championships. We're
yeah,
grateful for that."
true. I
Yeah,
mean, Wade has brought three titles to Miami,
yeah.
so He's done his fair share, yeah, for sure. So definitely it would not be hated on in that way, but I think maybe people will be salty because every like Golden State getting Kevin Durant, and now Cavs are stacking up on players. People are gonna be salty about that.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
I feel like if they do pick up uh, Wade, then that's it's gonna be a really interesting matchup to see when they play against Golden State now. If they get Wade, I mean it's still gonna
yeah,
be a
if
very
they do.
interesting matchup. But even with Wade, that's gonna be really crazy.
Yeah, it is. So, what when you said like the Cavs that are stacking players, I don't think who did it did did they got? I mean, who did they got this free agency?
Um, Actually, no,
They
yeah,
didn't get
they
anyone.
did, yeah, they didn't.
Yeah,
But I mean,
they loaded off Mozgov, and
mhm.
they only lost players.
They
So
didn't really use Moscow either, so that's
yeah.
fine.
What do you think like about Kevin Love,
Kevin
and
Love.
role? Yeah, on his role with the Cavs, and having like a player
Hmm.
like Channing Frye. So, what do you think about him, and what do you see him doing next season with the Cavs? What do you see?
Well, it's like I see Love, and I mean, actually, Love is someone like a situational player that at times he does better on offense, but sometimes they could you really use him more as a defensive player. How funny does that sound, right?
It does. It does.
But he did man up in the finals, and he played really, really solid on-ball defense
Yeah, on
on
on that.
Curry.
Yeah, switches. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
like really particular when it's now.
Yeah.
It's now or never. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. I want to see that attitude again. But
yes.
if they need him to score, then
That's a problem.
try,
I think that's a problem.
yeah, because the shooting hasn't been particularly good, right? So.
Depends, but I think like when it comes to the big stage, when players actually
Hmm.
start to lock up and you have really good defenders, and there's no more, all that kind of BS of the regular season. I think Kevin sort of, struggles to create offense. He's only relegated to be a spot up shooter, off the, pick a,
Yeah, but
pick and finish.
mostly in the Cavs, he's in that
He's a spot up
role.
shooter. Yeah, that's why I think
Pick
maybe.
and pop,
Yeah, that's
shoot
why I think
screens.
they maybe should, make a move and move him, because I'm not sure he's gonna. I'm not sure about this contract, but I don't think he's gonna stay after
He
this.
signed a big contract with him.
He did.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is a good fit. I mean, I think they can handle like
yeah. It's a 5 year, $110 million deal
when was that?
last year.
Oh, last year. So I'm not sure it's a good fit. I think they can have his um move him and get someone better. They can live with Channing Frye, spotting up. I don't think
Yeah, but you
Wade.
didn't really see him much in the rotation in the final.
Yeah, but when he did, he was shooting it like he should.
Yeah, yeah,
So
true.
yeah, I think they should maybe explore moving him and getting any kind somewhat of a big
Uh,
that can play defense, maybe something like that.
I don't think they will, and I'm wondering who would you pick up then?
I have no idea. Um, back to Wade. Do you think like Wade has a chance? I mean, as a choice right now, whether not to go to Cleveland or what? I mean, it almost looks like he doesn't have a choice. I mean,
He's either going to choose to stay in Miami, build on legacy, well, build with the Heat, kind of end his career there, like
He's
Kobe.
like 4 years older than LeBron, so that's
Yeah.
like that. I think that's like maybe is last 2 years, and he's gonna maybe produce on that high level, I suppose. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
true.
not sure. I'm not sure anybody's gonna be hurt. If he's gonna leave. Um,
Yeah. What
well,
would you
yeah.
do in his position?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Um, what would I do? Well, first off, it's gonna take a lot of convincing, and I think this situation is sort of special because what KD did.
Hmm.
Because right now, the Warriors could have beat the Cavs. I think they were the better team, and they don't need KD. But now that he joined them, it makes things a bit rough. Like I said, things are gonna need to dig deeper right now,
Hmm.
and try to find a way to handle that. And like I said, convincing, and maybe just think about this situation that um, maybe there's more than my so-called legacy in Miami, because I've been here for like I think 12 seasons, 13 seasons, whatever, since 2003.
Yeah. 13
And
years.
yeah, I got like maybe 2 years or whatever. I'm gonna get my money, I think. And um, uh, I just think it's an opportunity. I mean, now because of that special opportunity, nobody's gonna say, "Yeah, he jumped on a bandwagon." Everybody's gonna say, "Yeah, he did it because he was it was presented this opportunity, and it's just something that has to be done." I mean, like nobody thinks the Cavs can handle the Warriors right now. I don't think anybody can say that you know and be 100% confident about it.
Yeah. I think he'll join Cavs, honestly.
I think they got like a problem, with the cap and all that stuff, signing him. I'm not sure. It's like it's like well known that Wade used to regularly take pay cuts, to play in Miami. So he's gonna have to take another pay cut. Some things that I think the average fan doesn't know, that when a player says is taking a pay cut, he's not really taking a pay cut, because there's a lot of ways, to um, like I said, there's a lot of ways, to go around that,
Mhm.
and make it even with him, because he's gonna get his money not through the an NBA check.
Yeah, different ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways for a billionaire of NBA owner, to give, like, I don't know, assets or stocks or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
to a player. But
that is true.
yes, I think with these kind of big players, Dirk took a pay cut, but everyone knows um, he's getting his money. I think it's more like a thing of respect. Like, I'm not getting what I'm supposed to. You know,
Yeah, yeah, that
um,
is.
I think that's the main thing, and it has its weight, and I don't think he has a choice, to be honest. And I'm not sure it's enough to beat the Warriors, but who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Like the Heat, they got Wade, they had Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh. They needed the first year they played, they were trash, trash as hell.
Mhm.
And yeah, they needed time to get the chemistry, to get all that thing, working. So. It's kind of hard to say how isn't it going to work because Golden State is a team that actually runs plays.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna
uh,
set up KD really well.
yeah, you can all the time pretty much say yeah, KD take the ball, yeah, Steph take the ball,
And they're
and
just gonna run a play for any of the starters really,
yeah,
and any of them can make a free really.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's really so-called overpowers. But I
Yeah,
guess
just
we'll see.
think about having like three Ray Allens on the team on that, maybe not that kind of level of shooting. Maybe KD is not, but Steph and Clay, they are on the level like of
Yeah,
Ray Allen or whatever shooter you want to compare it to, great shooter. So he's really really good. And just think about having three super knockdown shooters that could dribble, pass, and he can defend as well.
yeah. It's
Don't
lengthy.
forget,
He's
don't
really
forget,
good.
yeah, don't forget he has like a length of a big man. So
He's
that's
He's funny. He's taller than Draymond.
yeah, yeah, he's a lot taller than Draymond. They can play like a really small ball team. They can
Yeah,
have him at five and do whatever. And they also got David West. He wants that shit badly, badly. Last year he signed with the Spurs. Thought he can get his.
yeah. He's
It didn't.
bandwagoning.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. He wants it, so
Yeah.
good for him.
He's
Yeah,
He's losing money though.
he is. He is losing a lot of money. Yeah.
He could pick up like a good solid $5 million a year at least.
How much? Five?
A year, yeah.
Nah. You remember Solomon Hill? He can get more. He can get more than five a year.
Yeah,
Who knows? Who
he's a
knows?
generous guy. He's a generous guy.
Who knows? Who knows these days he can get like
Don't
no.
mention Solomon, bro. Don't do it.
Don't make him what?
Don't mention him.
Why not?
Come on,
Oh,
man.
Solomon.
Come
Oh,
on, man.
Solomon.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Shh.
yeah. So yeah, like we said, Dwayne Wade. There's more to it. I know he's like your best. I mean, your favorite player. So
Yeah, yeah,
how
it
do
is.
you how do you handle that? Thinking
Uh,
about him leaving the Heat. Going to the Cavs, wearing the Cavs uniform and all that.
of course, it sucks, but I think it's clear what his intentions would be and what he wants, and I wouldn't hate on him or anything. Uh, I wouldn't say that he did the wrong thing. I probably would do the same thing if I was him. Um, I mean, if it works out all right with money and all that, but that's not even an issue, I believe.
Yeah,
I just yeah, I'd be kind of sad about it, but his time kind of is running up, so
it is.
it's gone by so fast. It's like just a few years ago, it was like 28, 29.
Yeah, time flies. Time flies. Do you think like he's gonna think about if he does, and we strongly believe he will, because I think like it's the perfect scenario for him, to get another ring, and it's just a perfect scenario. But the thing is, do you think if he will sign, will he come back to Miami? That's
Yeah, but then you might ask like, why would he leave? If he could probably possibly get more, right?
what do you mean?
Like, I mean, if they would win next year, they could
If the
go.
Cavs win next year, supposedly, which we don't, I don't know, but if they will, or don't, just whatever scenario, do you think like he's gonna say, yeah, I want to return like KG did or whatever?
It really depends on how much he intends on playing. Like he might return for the last year of
Yeah,
his career.
true, true.
Not like, oh, I'll just come back for the last 3 years of my career, right?
Yeah, I think
So
like
if he does leave, he's gonna live either for good or he's gonna return for the last year, I think.
Yeah, let's just take a look like on a player like KG. Um, when you think on a player like Kobe, all you see is the Lakers, Shaq, Kobe, and all that stuff. But when you think about KG, KG gave like a good portion of his career, his best years to the Wolves. Then he went to join the Big Three.
KG.
KG, yeah, the original Big Three in Boston.
Hmm.
Then he returned on his last year or whatever to the Wolves. So now, when you look back and think about KG, for my perspective, is you don't see like the Wolves or Boston. You just see his career. As a great player, and that's what I see of in my perspective. Just a great career, a great player,
Hmm.
and uh, I just don't think. I just think it's a perfect scenario for Wade to leave. I'm not sure if he will come back. Probably will, but the thing with KD, um, people are mad in general, but the analysts and everyone, former players, they are upset and disappointed that he left there. Not that he left, but there's like some kind of feeling that he just like tore apart a franchise, a great franchise, and it's like it's not gonna. He's not gonna come back. Like, think about it. He's gonna go back to Golden State. They're probably gonna win. Maybe not next year, but maybe in 2 years,
We'll
3 years,
see. We'll see.
4 years, they will probably.
Yeah, it's a really high possibility that they will win that.
It's sort of guaranteed. It's like when Miami got the LeBron and Bosh. Okay, the first season, okay, it's not working. Everybody knows they're going to win eventually. So with KD, they're probably going to win sometime. But I just don't think how. I just don't. I can't imagine a scenario where he says, "Yeah, I've been here for 3 years. Now I'm going to leave Golden State." I don't think he's going to do that. What's your take about that? How he's going to handle all that situation where he comes up from like a team with on Golden State with Clay and all that, winning or whatever, to join OKC. Is he the kind of player to do that? And what do you think about it?
Right now, it's like a lot like LeBron left, right? His eye is on one thing, and that's the title,
Yep.
doing whatever it takes to get it.
Hmm.
Um, After he gets it, after his he signed a 2 year deal. Yeah, 2 year deal.
Yep.
Um, I guess he's gonna see how it goes. Um, I probably he will resign with the Warriors.
Do you think there's like a threshold for him, to say, "Yeah, I'm gonna get two, then I'm gonna come back"? Isn't it like saying, "Yeah, I got two, now I'm on a level with this sort of players. Now I need to get one more, I'm gonna be there. Then I'm gonna be there. Oh, I got five. I'm now like Kobe. One more, and I'm like MJ. Let me pass MJ. And every time he thinks like that, he's on the Warriors. So how should he ever consider leaving them? How? I just can't understand. It's like I just don't. It's not just playing with great players. It's playing in a great organization, great coach. That
Hmm.
I just, just think about how hard he had. He's a great scorer. He gets points. Without even blinking. You can even jump on him with three players, hand in his face if you can reach him, and he's gonna make it. But think about how hard he had to work to get his shots off. And now you got a team that actually runs plays, and you got players that shoot like crazy, so you can't double team, you can't leave them. It's not like Russell, when he breaks 3 pointers. That's what
Yeah.
he does. So it's mind blowing to think about it. I just don't know. Yeah. he's gonna see about it. But the fact is that now we signed with the Warriors, and yeah, I just don't see how he's gonna leave them. It's a problem because if he thinks about leaving to OKC back, that could be, in my opinion, you know, when thinking about the facts, because I don't think Curry or Clay is gonna leave Golden State.
No, no.
They're
Not
not gonna do
with
it.
the roster that they have, and all these players are young, like fairly
Yep.
young. No way, dude.
Yeah,
If
that's what I think.
especially if they have success, right? With
Yep.
LeBron, it was kind of different because you could sort of see that there was no help. Like
He had nobody, nobody.
yeah,
When
last year in the finals, like nobody showed up. It was basically him against the Spurs, right? Yeah, Spurs.
it's pretty
Um,
much this year it was the same, but the difference is
Kyrie, yeah, Kyrie.
Kyrie, both of them, went like went
Hmm.
crazy. They went like this the last day of their lives. Both of them in one game dropped 40. Both
It's
of them,
kind,
yeah.
it's kind of weird, like, isn't it? Like how every time LeBron ends up in this situation where the offense really slows down and like all of that, it's kind of weird, no? Like
When the
he always,
offense, yeah.
yeah, it slows down and it kind of gets into him running ISO for 20 seconds and then he kind of drives and tries to make a play.
Yeah, that's how Kyrie played as well. Both of them, ISO. That's what they did. Yeah. And I just think, teams should, at this point should understand how to defend him, because the whole method for the Cavs and every team that plays with LeBron is have LeBron handle the ball and surround him with shooters. What he
Kind of,
does,
yeah,
he,
especially in endgame, I guess.
yeah, in every situation, basic that's the offense. He handles the ball, he creates, and he finds, even if he see just a sliver, of light for a shooter,
Hmm.
he finds him. And a team like the Spurs, they got to just make him just sag off just a little bit and make
Yeah,
him
but
shoot their shots.
they have Kawhi Leonard, which
Yeah.
is best on-ball defender, right?
True, but I think you can have that sort of discipline, to say, yeah, I'm going to force him to take shots because he has proven that he's going to break them most likely.
Hmm. True, true.
Instead of getting all the whole team going by passing it around, getting motion, because the Cavs are not known to get any kind of motion.
Yeah, but like the first 3 quarters, you will see him. You will have he will have Kyrie as well, handling
Yeah,
the ball
yeah,
more.
it's
But in late game, they kind of let him try to do something, and if it doesn't work, LeBron himself said to the coach, like, "Come on, sign up and play for Kyrie or an ISO or whatever." And Kyrie locked it up, and that was it.
yeah, they just took it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kyrie,
yeah, both of
jeez,
them. Yeah.
that was insane. I was watching that game, and the last 6 minutes, to Golden State didn't score a single point. Last 6 minutes.
You saw the last play where Curry held the ball
Yeah,
and he could
yeah.
have, I think, tied the game or something like that, and he choked. You could
Hmm.
see like the pressure on him, where
Yeah,
he
but
wanted to shoot and Kevin Love was on him. He wanted to shoot, but he
hmm
didn't. Then he passed the
hmm
ball, and it
yeah,
just could have felt the pressure on him, and he just couldn't do it. Just that just tells you about how different the postseason,
yeah,
is.
exactly. Because in the regular season, a lot of times they ride the momentum, right? They feel good, they
Yeah,
start
yeah,
shooting, and yeah,
yeah,
it's all about that. But if
yeah.
if you get locked down, you get slowed down, like the Cavs did. It really kind of disrupts their offense, and especially you got the playoffs defense activated. And
Yeah, players just go at it. They play.
yeah, relentlessly.
Yeah, they play
It's
to their full abilities, I
yeah,
should say.
they're basically not leaving any drop of energy
Yeah, yeah,
in the
they're
tank.
going all the
They're
way.
all the way.
Just think about if you'd see Curry on Love on a switch on the regular season. It's gonna be crazy. He's gonna break his ankle. There's no way he's going. There's no way he's gonna defend him. But
Yeah.
just look on the final play, like game time play in the playoffs, and Love is on
Mhm.
Curry on the free point line. That's like an automatic free. But not so.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Um, how do you see like Wade fitting with the Cavs if he's gonna sign? What do you see there? Should he like maybe there's a possibility maybe that he will play the one, maybe some kind of
I don't think so. I think they're gonna keep Kyrie at the one, but it's gonna be interesting because Wade isn't J.R. Smith. Wade can't shoot threes really. He's not a spot up shooter.
and
He's more of
JR
a
is not to Wade because he would not put the ball on the floor anymore. He
mhm,
would not do
mhm.
that.
Yeah. So it will be interesting how it kind of works out. Uh, Especially LeBron as well. He hasn't been shooting well at all lately.
Oh
So
yeah, oh yeah.
so it will be interesting to see how they kind of rearrange their kind of play style if they do pick him up.
When do you think it's gonna go down?
I think Wade joins Cavs.
I mean, when?
Oh, when?
Yeah, I'm not
what?
sure how
What?
much there's a timeline for that. I mean, how much time he has like to sign? I think until
Yeah, you have 13 days of free agency, right?
yeah,
So,
14 days. Okay, because
uh,
yeah,
yeah. So today, I don't know when it started, but
I think we're like 4 days in. Yeah,
like,
I think
yeah, 4 or 5 days, I
yeah,
guess.
4 or 5 days.
I'll give it. I'll give it like two. I'll give it 2 days. So I
Okay,
think
two
then we're
days.
gonna find out. Yeah.
I
Uh,
think actually it's gonna maybe announce in the last day of the free agency.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
could
think
be
it's
a possibility.
most likely that's a big ass decision to make.
True, true, true.
It suck a little bit, about Pau Gasol leaving Chicago, going to the Spurs.
Everyone is shipping off of Chicago. So
Yeah, Chicago is like it's a dead horse,
yeah,
but it has great young players. So
yeah, yeah. They basically rebuild, right? So
yeah, they said they're gonna rebuild, around Jimmy, and
and he's
um,
not a bad player to build around. So
yeah, but he's not that young. He's not that young, so I think he's 26, maybe. Um,
yeah, but a year or two, they rebuild quietly.
yeah. Do you know about the pick they got in the Bulls? Do you know anything about him?
No, no.
He's like a 6'5"
He's,
shooting guard, six.
yeah, you said he's like a solid scorer, but not really defensive.
Yeah, the thing with him is like he has great size for a shooting guard, and he can handle the ball, play make really really well. He has vision, but he has really really tough time, playing defense. Really hard time. That's why I kind of cringed um, with him. Same with Ben Simmons. I think it's his defense because he just won't play defense like Jaleel Okafor, something like that. That really irritates me. I don't like that. In contrary to like Jalen Brown, if he plays defense, he plays really hard. Um, I think
Yeah.
that's like speaks to his work ethic, and that's just speaks to how he will develop. So and also Ben Simmons, I don't think he can really make plays on the NBA level from what I saw.
Uh, he has a hell of a pass though.
That pass, but to actually make plays, put the ball on the floor, have some kind of go-to moves. I think NBA good, somewhat solid uh, NBA players should lock him down. That's
He,
what I think.
he's pretty buffed up, but though. Um, when I watched the summer league game now, he was pretty okay, and I mean he didn't shoot really well. He shot like 2 of 9, I think, but neither did Jalen Brown. The only reason Brown had 16 points was he shot 11 free throws.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, Simmons, I see potential, and Jalen Brown as well. I mean,
I
just
don't.
it can't get any worse for the Sixers. But like, it just can't, right? So
It can. Of course, it can. They have like I think three bigs centers maybe.
yeah, I'm waiting on to see what the hell they're gonna do with
They got Jalil. They got Nerlens
Noel.
Noel. They got Embiid.
No, but Noel was originally a power forward, right?
How?
He was in college. He was a power forward.
But how? But in the NBA, how the hell would he be a power forward? He has. You need a power forward needs to have at least like a somewhat mid-range jumper, anything. Give a little bit of an offensive. He's a straight rim runner. Block, dunk, rebound. And he's super skinny. So
Yeah, I mean, but if you have someone like Okafor down low,
yeah, that's it. So I think in that scenario you have to put
I mean, they have to get rid of some of these players. So. They were trying to get the third pick, but
to be
that didn't
honest,
happen.
like Embiid, if he plays like he should, because nobody saw him play, Embiid and Okafor, that looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. Weird situation for them.
So we talked about Pau Gasol, but mentioned it, but we didn't. So
Yeah. So Gasol, again, Spurs picking up a nice player, a contributor, right? That's
he's an all
that's.
star. He was an all star this year. So
I don't think he will be again.
yeah, how do you see like you see like Tim Duncan saying, "Yeah, I'm going to retire now," or what? Like they're going to play Gasol the five, Aldridge the four. Tim going to come up from the bench, or should he retire? And why should he retire? I mean, he has somewhat of an option, to be on the roster and don't play. You know, so what do you think he's going to do? He has that kind of option.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be starting anymore, obviously.
Yeah, and sort of think about it like why should he stick around to be like on the roster because he has no young big to mentor like there's like Pau Gasol, LaMarcus, they're both veterans, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
it's interesting. I like
yeah.
Jonathan Simmons as well in the Spurs. Yeah, I like him too. Looks
I
like
don't really know much
he's,
much deep about the players in this year's draft.
no, he's not a rookie. He's like
No?
last year's rookie, I think, or maybe I don't know.
Okay.
He's a nice player. He's like he is somewhat athletic. He's like a shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi in the shooting guards. Kawhi just a little bit smaller and a shooting guard. He looks pretty good. Yeah.
Can he shoot?
Yeah. Can slash. He's pretty strong as well. So yeah, he's good. You should check him out. Yeah. And but I think like the biggest problem with that team is the point guard position. I mean,
Yeah,
Tony Parker showed, like I think maybe 2 years ago that he's out. I mean, everything he brings is like on his last, last drops of, basketball. And they I think they had like Corey Joseph all the time,
Mm-hmm.
on backup, but then they let him go. I didn't thought he's not I didn't thought he's good. But then I really saw a play in Toronto, and I think he's nice, and I think he's nice. But they didn't find a player that's gonna have Tony pass the torch to, and that's a pretty big problem. I think that's like a problem they thinking about solving through free agency or something. Uh, what do you see? Do you see like some player or a move that they could do to get a solid point guard to there that not like a star point guard, but something.
Um, I don't actually know. I mean, I don't. I don't. They don't exactly have any picks either. So
Could they live with Tony, this year or what?
I
It's a
mean,
problem.
they will, but it's gonna be a lot of Western Conference teams. Obviously, they have really good
Oh yeah.
point guards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Tony has a lot of work on his hands.
That's gonna
I
be a
think
murder.
he's right now playing. I think somewhere in Europe as well with his French team,
Oh
right?
my god.
So yeah.
Yo, he showed I think
Uh,
last summer I think when he played. Just I know when was it, but last time he played with his team, he showed his age. I think he was. I just looked at him and he just played so bad. I mean, I just worry for them. He's done. He was done 2 years ago. He's more than done right now, and who knows? So another team I want to mention, which I look closely for some time, I suppose. The Timberwolves. Um, they have like a really great team, really great team.
yeah, I'm a big fan of Towns,
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a
and
great,
he's so mature.
almost 90 overall in 2K. He's like 20 years old. Yeah,
He will be better than Davis.
yeah,
He will. I'm pretty sure. He's just so he when he runs on the fast break, it's just so relentless, so energetic, so and he's willing to learn, putting in the time. He's a fucking nice guy. I mean, what else do you want, right?
yeah. Um, so I think they have a great team, a really young team. I'm not sure Levine can play the one, but he still has a
Put
really
him on the
high.
bench. Put him on the bench. He'll be good.
Yeah.
And a lot.
So I'm not sure if he can, but he can come off the bench still. He has a ton of potential. If I just think that if he just bulks up just enough and he can play the two just as good as anyone. I mean, he showed he can shoot. Um, he showed he can shoot. He's a great athlete. He still has that point guard tools, and so yeah, he can play the two easily. So and having, like I said, that abilities to play make are only a plus for a two guard. And I just can't forget the pick that they got this year, which is absolutely insane. I just think this dude, I think he got picked in the fifth uh, spot. I think it's a steal. I mean, I think this dude is like, if you saw him play, because I told you to see him. So this dude is like, he has some sort of game that's similar to Dwayne Wade. He has that kind of build like him, and he's a point guard. He can dish it. He can slash, and he has that tools, to be a lockdown defender, and he does play defense. So this dude, from what it looks like now, he has a really bright future. And of course, he can't shoot, but that's totally okay. That's something he can develop. So you have Levine. He can play the two, in my opinion, or whatever. He should play the two. Just hit the gym and you're good. Uh, and you're good like 100%. He still has uh, his way to go defensively, but still as a shooting guard, if you regard it, if you only take offense into consideration, this dude is good. So you have him, you have Chris Dunn. Like I said, he's great. Uh, the free, you got Wiggins. He should bulk up as well. He's super skinny, but he has everything you need for a small forward. You got Towns. I think Towns should be the four, not the five. You got Gorgie Jang, which is a very underrated player. He's a great center. He has he has the ability to be a game changer on the defensive end. He blocks shots. He plays he plays with a tremendous fire, and he showed he can also uh, create offense. Be an offensive player. Posting up somewhat, and hitting that mid range shot. So they got a pretty good starting lineup. I think they should. Um, as much as I love this player, Ricky Rubio, I think they should dish him out. I don't think Chris Dunn should come off the bench. It will only be to his, detriment. Coming off the bench, this dude should get the starting role with the start, with starting minutes, and he should develop. That's a great young team. I think this franchise that's gonna, be up and coming. That's the last 5 years, I suppose. Um, Even player like Shabazz Muhammad, which is a great player. Doesn't shoot as well, but he's like I think some sort of he's a good shooting guard. To be sure, they have a great team. Just wanted to mention them, and that's all for today. Like we said, we think Dwayne Wade is going to join the Heat. I mean the Cavs, and we hope for a great season. We're not mad at KD or Dwayne Wade. We just think about it as business decision. We hope them the best, and we're looking forward to see great basketball next year from the regular season, and even better in the off season. So we're gonna sign out. Thanks for whoever hears it. So goodbye.